Hello, hope everyone's doing well. And we have Tempesta in the Sleeping Sea. This is technically third, but second full Tempesta event. And good news, it also includes a rerun of last year's Tempesta event. That was around Halloween. You can get those ships in their own banner. Also, you can get them in here this banner. They have the same rate as Amity at 2.5%. And then Wida has the same rate as Portsmouth. So you might have to be hunting for elites a little bit. It kind of sucks. And also, we're doing just like a 1,000-foot view right now. We'll do the little event stuff later. The milestone rewards, you can get both Dolphin and what's her name, Adventure Galley. Adventure Galley drops at 40,000 points, or sorry, 45,000 points. You also get some of the old me officers. Be warned, if you already have the old me officers from last time this event ran, you will just get 2,000 coins instead. So Belmany, and I believe it's Drake or Kid. Sorry. Yeah, if you have some of those rewards, you'll just get the extra coins, but you can get the extra copies of the ships. And since we're on the ships, let's just go into those. All right, first up, we have Fancy. She is in the vanguard of the fleet. So, first skill, Abyssal Baptism, increases on firepower and accuracy by 15%. And she deals 15% more damage to enemies whose HP is below 25%. So, she's a good finisher. And every 24 times the weapon in the ship's first weapon slot hits the same enemy, she fires a special barrage, similar to, I think it's Makuma or Mogami, one of those that has like a torpedo thing that does a similar thing. Then her second skill, Phantom of the Deep, at the start of battle, deploy a special barrier that can negate damage up to 3% of Fancy's max HP. And when this barrier is destroyed, fire a special barrage and buff her own evasion by 10% for 20 seconds, after which the barrier is redeployed. So she gets some survivability and good uptime on that. And then when she has her augment gear equipped, she gets Fan from the Deep Plus, so it's upgraded. And she gets more of a shield and absorb more damage. And then the evasion buff doesn't last as long, but it gives her more uptime on the shield, which is guaranteed to block the damage. With the evasion buff, you can still get hit. So that's basically just the long and short of that second upgrade skill. And then also, when she has the gear equipped, because she only gets the skill upgrade when it's fully leveled, when she has the gear equipped, it decreases, I messed up on that one, aircraft damage taken by 25%, and grants herself 10% reduced damage taken for the first 40 seconds of battle. So, seems like be a really good tank for your Tempesta fleets. So, I recommend her for that. Pretty solid overall. Nice shield. And yeah, just work with your Tempesta fleet. You want to work on your theme fleet? There you go, faction fleet. Is the treasure ship from the Mughal Empire. But she is Guardian of Treasures. Every 15 seconds after battle starts, grants treasure ship safeguard to a random ship in your fleet that isn't herself. And for 10 seconds, the buff ship's damage dealt is increased by 10%, and Ganji's takes 20% less damage. If Ganji lost less than 15% of her max HP while the buff was active, the other buff ship gains 2% more damage dealt until the end of battle. But if Ganji lost more than 15% of her max HP, the other buff ship loses 1% of their max HP, and this buff cannot be applied to ships who have lost their HP to it, so if she gets chunked, then she can't buff them later on. And then once per battle, if there are no valid targets for the above buff, Ganji increases her own damage dealt by 10% until the battle ends. Now, I don't know if you run just like a 1-1 fleet, if that first part of the skill, I guess the second part, where she loses less than 15%, can be reapplied to the same target multiple times. Because it only says, and if that 2% stacks with other 2%. So we'll have to see. But the second skill, I have them in reverse order how they appear on the game, but I want to have all the augment buff skills go second. Winds of Purification and Restoration. Increases her own firepower and accuracy by 10%, and Ganji is in the battleship role. So, in the back line. When she fires her main guns, fires barrage, and restore 3% of her max HP. Always love self-preservation and some healing. If there are 2 or more Tempesta ships afloat, And when the in game it says at the start of the battle, but I want to simplify it. This HP recovery effect also applies to the lowest HP Vanguard ship. And I think you can just run a 1-1. Well, that'd be a Tempesta in the Vanguard, obviously, for a 1-1. But yeah, you can kind of pick that. And then Winds of Purification Restoration Plus. This is when she has her augment gear equipped and it is max level. Increases her own firepower and accuracy by 10% and changes her armor to medium. And when she fires her main guns, she fires a barrage that restores 3% of max HP and also HP to the Vanguard ship to the lowest HP. So it removes the requirement from the original skill, makes that by default. But it adds an additional requirement. If there are 2 more Tempesta ships afloat, this HP recovery effect will also apply to the entire Vanguard fleet. So that's a nice increase, nice little buff. Makes her good healing potential, so long as you have another Tempesta ship. Oh, all the free one. I guess you can get Mary. No, because Mary Celeste is a submarine fleet. I was gonna say all the welfare ones like Mary Celeste, Amity, Adventure. Oh no, Adventure Galley you could do. You gotta get 45,000 points. But you have a decent healer. And like everyone else, she's getting decreased aircraft damage taken from her augment module. And 4 seconds after battle starts, she heals herself for 8% of her max HP. So a lot of survivability. Quite like it. She still has that crazy look in her eyes, and she's upside down. But overall, definitely worthwhile. As long as you get another Tempesta ship, and then you have a good healer. For your Vanguard, at least. Give Unicorn a break. If just the no anti-aircraft guns, that's just still a problem with them. Next up is Portsmouth Adventure. The big girl. First skill, Storm Chaser. Increases own reload and accuracy by 15%. And every 5 seconds, or when your Vanguard sinks an enemy, buffs her own firepower by 3% until the end of the battle. And every 7 times this effect activates, the firepower buff is removed, and Portsmouth fires special barrage. So I'm assuming that 3% stacks. Otherwise, then the 7 times is kind of an arbitrary number. Oh, and Portsmouth is in the Vanguard. Wait, she has a purple background. And then Phantom of the Deep decreases zone damage taken by 15%. And every 30 seconds, if a ship in your fleet has less than 50% of her max HP remaining, grants the Plastered status, kind of gross, the ship with the lowest HP percent and restores 4% of the ship's max HP. The Plastered status lasts for 15 seconds and increases the target that has been plastered firepower by 10%, but decreases their accuracy by 15%. So they get stuff in their eyes, they're pissed off by it, so they're hitting harder, but they're kind of flailing. And when she has her augment gear equipped and is fully leveled, she gets Phantom of the Deep Plus. Damage decrease is the same. And every 20 seconds, so it's a decrease time when this effect activates. And same HP requirement. And same HP restored. But the Plaster status gives firepower, crit rate, and crit damage by 15%. And so is the accuracy debuff, but that's a decent trade-off with HP and then offensive capabilities buffed by 15%. That's not bad. You know, if you have a destroyer that's kind of squishy running alongside her, makes them hit pretty hard. Then her augment gear, by default, when she is equipped, her aircraft damage taken by 25%. And then for the first 40 seconds of the battle, she takes 10% less damage. So off tank seems pretty good. Good utility for the whole fleet. At least the Vanguard. No, the whole fleet, actually. Not just the Vanguard. So yeah, I definitely seems worthwhile as a elite option if you happen to pick her up. And our last gotcha ship, Amity. She is also available as a map drop from T6 in the event shop for 8,000 points. And she is a submarine fleet ship, so she's down there. Just be aware of that. And her skill is really, really impressive. And then I saw where she was. Like, oh no, in the submarine fleet. That's no fun. But avoid dance. Increase zone firepower by 15% and decrease damage taken by 30%. Once per battle, 5 seconds after the ship's HP falls below 40% as roll damage taken, or 60 seconds after the ship enters battle, restores 10% of the ship's max HP, and she leaves the battlefield. And then Invitation to Drowning Dreams, decrease zone speed by 10%. And enemies who attack Amity take 8% more damage, and every 10 times Amity is attacked, restores 10% of max HP and fires with Barrage. This effect can activate 3 times per battle. And when the special barrage fires for 10 seconds, when she's attacked while the barrage is going off in about 10 seconds, it does not count towards the hits taken tally. So it doesn't get spammed really fast. And then the buff version with the augment gear fully leveled and equipped. Speed debuff is the same. And enemies take still 8% more damage, but they have their evasion reduced by 4%, that 4 seconds. And every 10 times enemy is attacked, max HP. And basically, it just reduces that cooldown time from the effect and activate from 10 seconds to 5 seconds. And then her augment gear gives 15% less damage taken from aircraft. And when Amity enters the battle, she gains a shield that can block 6 shells and last 10 seconds. So pretty decent, should go well with Royal Fortune. And yeah, and probably can do the cheese strat for the weekly raid for submarines, the supply interruption or whatever it's called. I see her be good for that too. She gets hit. Well, after every 10 times she gets hit. But yeah, I see her being good for that as well. So another option. You haven't gotten Royal Fortune. Alright, and lastly, we have our point accumulation ship, Dolphin. So our skill, Dolphin's Protection. I don't know if I'd really trust Dolphin to protect me. They're kind of suspicious individuals. They get up to some mischievous activities, and they're quite intelligent. And I think they're actually the ones attacking people, not sharks. So smart. They know how to attack people and make it look like a shark did it. Just keep that in mind next time you go see a dolphin show and look at them all. Oh, they're so cute and innocent. I don't know. Look at her. Is she a cat? Is she a dolphin? She didn't even be honest what she is. Is she an octopus? Can't trust her. So Dolphin's Protection increases her own speed by 3% and firepower and evasion by 15%. Nice. And she's in the submarine fleet. When Dolphin enters the battle, and every 15 seconds after that, she fires a special barrage. And when the sonar scan from her blue skill activates, it restores 12% of max HP every second for 3 seconds. So she's got good recovery on herself, and she is in the submarine fleet, so that makes sense. 5 seconds after the ship's HP falls below 25%, or when she has been in battle for 60 seconds, Dolphin will leave the battlefield. It makes her departure. Increases, and then her blue skill, Dolphin's Echo, that is mentioned in her yellow skill, Dolphin's Protection, increases her own damage dealt by 10%. Very nice. 15 seconds after she enters the battle, performs a sonar scan for 8 seconds that reveals enemy submarines and decreases your Vanguard's torpedo damage taken by 15%. Very useful. I like it. I mean, the reveal enemy submarines is whatever. You'll probably see them anyway if you're using destroyers. It is what it is. The Dolphin's Echoes Plus, this is if she has her augment gear equipped and it is fully leveled. Same damage increase. And then, in addition to revealing enemy submarines, it decreases their accuracy by 25%. So you'll probably be dodging the torpedoes anyway. But now, even if you get hit, they do less damage and less likely to hit you. And also, a random scanned enemy takes increased damage taken by 8% for 8 seconds. And then her augment gear decrease. It's basically the same thing as Amity. It's strange. That'd be a little bit different. Yeah, good option. You don't get anyone else. Submarine fleet especially. Yeah, we got some good girls overall. Now from the ships, just miscellaneous things like I already showed off. Milestone rewards. You get Dolphin. You can get Adventure Galley. You get some of the new officers from last year. Sales and Spooks is like the skin stories. You do missions, and you get little coupons, Halloween pages they're called, and basically the skin stories from previous events. Normally it's like 3. This everyone gets one. Let's a little preview of the skin. The dynamic for I only did Ganji's didn't have the animation playing, so but you just get a little story. That's fine. You get the secret shipyard. Sorry. And so do missions up to every day. You get Tempesta banner, which I believe, let me double check, it buffs Tempesta ships, whoever has it equipped. Or I don't think it's just Tempesta, but oh, auxiliary miscellaneous. Let's see. Elite one buffs like their firepower and various other stats if someone's close to them. Doesn't require anyone. Increases ship's firepower by 5% if there's enemy within a radius of 20 units. So I just put it on Mogador because when she slams up against someone with her skills, there you go, that's close enough. As for the event shop, you can go get Amity and Mary Celeste, as well as the old heavy cannon. Decent little gun for all your ships, honestly. And secondary for your battleships, like San Martino and Ganji. You get the gear skins, bottom chips, kind of raised. There was the unique gear, chest full stuff, the grape shot, and then the new officers. As for stuff to farm, fortunately the levels on this event are fairly low, so the final one is only level 100. It shouldn't be too difficult. And you get some gear, more old heavy cannon prints. A lot of the Tempest ships are gonna need that one. Also, if you have San Martino or got San Martino in Ganji's event, and you don't have a main gun for him, T5 right here, the old demi cannon. This is the main gun for the quote unquote battleships, your main fleet Tempesta ships. So I'm working on getting another copy for Ganji. I have one for San Martino. And you can get gear skins. Quite a few options available. Looked at during the stream. I think they're all the same. Actually, no, they're different. Looks like that's ghosts. Oh no, they're all the same. Okay, never mind. Yeah, decent little event. The ships look pretty good. I like a lot of healers and just more options. And their augment gears really cool. They all give reduced aircraft damage taken, which helps the fact that they can't shoot aircraft. That's nice. And story is still split. And once you finish all the story, you get 5 cubes. But fairly short this time, only 22, when last time it was like 38. And plenty of new skins. Showed off Hawari, Ganji, Amity, Chicago finally getting one again, Fancy, Bristol, Portsmouth Adventure, skipping that fast, and Dolphin, as well as last year's Tempesta ships, so Golden Hind, San Martino, Mary Celeste, Wida, Adventure Galley. So if you missed them last year, there you go. It's basically a rerun included. It's like how they've been doing the collab reruns. So that's all I got for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you found it useful, like and subscribe, share it with someone else, maybe help them. Let me know who your favorite, either from this year or last year, or you can vote or pick who's your favorite. I should put a poll up. That's what I should do. Any skins you can pick up. And yep, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.